What's up, metalheads? My name's Jamie. This is the Blades and EDC channel, and today we are going to take a look at the Kizer Critical Mini. Very cool knife in my opinion. Love the blade shape. Got that great Kizer action. This version has CPM 3B blade steel, micarta handles. Good looking knife. Really good looking knife. Kizer's micarta is so nice. I love their micarta. They do such a good job. And I believe these pivot collars are G10. Look like G10 to me. That's pretty cool. That's something you don't see every day from Kizer. I wish they'd do that on more knives, but instead of G10, maybe start using some Damascus, Mokatai, or Zirkatai or something. But I know that would bump the price up above where Kizer wants to be. Wipe that blade off a little bit. Alright, so this one was available in the knife sale. The knife sale has ended. This knife did not sell, so keep an eye out for the next knife sale. It may be in that sale if you're interested. Time will tell. See what happens, but I believe this one will roll over to the next sale, but I'll have to confirm with the owner to verify that's the case. But yeah, it's brand new. Good looking knife, man. Very good in the hand too. Very good ergos. Ergos, you guys know ergos are a big thing for me. And this one has great ergos. And with that Wharnny blade, you could really get down there and make some nice utility cuts with this. I would love to see this knife made without a flipper. Just remove the flipper altogether and just have the hole deployment. The reason I like that so much is it lets you get the blade flat down to where, you know, with that flipper, you're going to hit that flipper. So it's going to be hard to even get, you know, with any type of utility cuts, you're never even going to be able to get this part of the blade down to, you know, you're not even going to be using half the blade, even more than half the blade. You're only going to get this much of the blade to even touch whatever you're cutting. So, or for like chopping, if you need to chop something, a Wharnny is good for that, but not with a flipper tab, you know. But most people aren't going to use this kind of knife for that kind of stuff anyway. It's going to be for packages and, you know, a lot of push cuts, and in that case, it's not going to be an issue for you. They did give you a nice sharpening choil on this one, so you got several sharpenings where you're going to hit the plunge, and that's good. You do have a belt satin finish, flat ground up to the flat here, and then you got a swedge at the top. Everything is a vertical. Yeah, everything is a vertical, so no horizontal. Well, fingerprints, man. Yeah, that's satin finish, fingerprint magnet. No horizontal grind marks. Everything is vertical. I think it looks really good too. Give you some specs on it real quick. Overall length of this knife is 7.3 inches. Blade length is only 2.8 inches, so if you're in one of those crazy 3-inch states, you'd be good to go. Blade thickness is 118 thousandths. Plain edge micarta handle weight is 3.6 ounces. I have verified that it is accurate. Yeah, CPM 3V blade steel, steel liners. They give you great access to the liner on this knife. See that? Look how much access you have here, and it is very comfortable, extremely comfortable to disengage the lock. Great lockup. You're at about 40%, 40 to 50% there. I like the way they did the jimping on this one. It's minimal jimping, but it works great, and it's not sharp at all on your thumb. I mean, this is one of the most comfortable lock bars I've felt. There's lots of comfortable ones out there, and there's some that actually will hurt your thumb. This is not one of those that will hurt your thumb. It's extremely comfy. They did a great job on it. Great action. Almost completely drop shutting. If it were a heavier blade, it would drop shut on its own, but it just doesn't have the weight to do it. One good thing about a flipper too, some people do like, is, you know, it hits your thumb when you disengage the lock bar, so it doesn't drop down and cut you. So there is a positive to that flipper tab, other than just being a flipper. The flipper action is really good. You can light switch it and push button it. I think I like it better with the light switch because of the shape of the flipper tab, how it's kind of curved this way. It makes it very very good to hit the light switch, but the push button's not bad, so they're both really good actually, but I prefer the light switch on this one. Oh, thumb flick is pretty good. Yeah, thumb flick, for me anyway, the way I thumb flick, I'm trying to push up, and with the way the hole is shaped, it wants to, force my thumb into that small spot, which can, it's probably better to go out with it instead of up with it on the thumb. But the reverse flick is where it's really at. The reverse flick is so good. It is really good. That blade just fires out of there. The detent, pretty strong. Not incredibly strong, but pretty strong. Like with most flippers, you need a stronger detent for a flipper so you don't fell it. And this one's pretty strong. Yeah, great detent. Yeah, no detent lash. The detent break on the close is it very early. That's it right there. It is on a ramp. It has a detent ramp, so if you don't go all the way, it's going to come back and lock back in place for you, as you can see there. But it's very easy to go past that ramp. I mean, basically, when you push the blade over, you're past the detent already. So give it a shake and she shuts. But like I said, if this thing was heavier, the blade was heavier, you wouldn't even have to shake it. It would just be a guillotine for sure. It just does not have the weight to do that. Oh. And as I drop it, and it hasn't been broken in either. It may become completely a guillotine. Once you break in that bearing track, it may be a guillotine because it's really good to be new, as most Kizers are. Kizer does a really good job with their actions, the action on their knives. Let me give you some size comparisons real quick. We'll bring out a couple of Kizers to start with. We'll bring out the Kizer Genie, Ray Laconico design, almost the same size there. Two very different knives, but almost identical in size. The Kizer Genie, my new favorite Kizer. For show, love the Genie. Such a good knife. I got fingerprints all over it too. All right, what else we got here? Let's go ahead and bring out the Wiha Esprit. Another good size comparison. Wiha Esprit's a little bit longer, but not by much. Genie's quite a bit longer, but very thin and narrow. What else we got here? Let's do the Spyderco Yojimbo 2. Wharnny versus Wharnny there. Definitely a smaller. Those two are good comparison knives, honestly. Very different knives, but the blade shape and everything, and it's pretty much the same. The hole's a little different, but the Yojimbo 2 is bigger, obviously, and then you've got a compression lock versus a liner lock. But these two are very comparable. But what I was talking about with the flipper tab, like with the Yojimbo 2, you can get this thing all the way down and do some nice slicing with it. Get that blade almost all the way down. Yojimbo 2 is a good comparison, actually. How about the AD 20.5? Yeah, a little shorter than both of those, but not by much. Closer to the size of the 20.5 than it is the Yojimbo 2. But yeah, they're try to line them up by the butt of the knives there. Yeah, so 20.5 is a very good size comparison for it. Let's bring out the regulars. And we'll wrap this one up. The Benchmade Bug Out and the QSP Penguin. Penguin's about the exact same length, so is the Bug Out's a little longer. Penguin's almost identical in length. So yeah, good EDC knife. Great. This knife has been around for a long time. People have loved the Critical Mini for a long time, since before I was really even into knives. It's been a very popular model. There is a full-size version of this which is extremely large, much too large for EDC in my opinion. I think this is perfect for EDC. With my medium-sized hands, I can get full 4 fingers on there, and there's still some to go. So, and it's actually extremely comfortable. That jimping is in perfect place. Feels great. Get up here for the pinch cut. It's going to be great. Very good knife. Very, very good. I'm curious if they made this like in a frame lock at all. Did they make this in a titanium frame lock? They may have. I think for some reason I want to say they have. I remember seeing it. Could be wrong though. Could be thinking of a different Kizer. Very good action. Make good sound too. Makes a whoosh. Hear that? Get it closer to the mic. That blade makes a swish. You get that more on the flipper tab than the reverse flick for some reason. Yeah, cool knife. I like it. Really like it. Kizer did a great job on this one. Micarta backspacer in there also with an integrated lanyard hole. Little jimping on that, which helps with your grip. Gives you just a little more grip. Keeps it in your hand better. But it's not uncomfortable because it's micarta. It is right hand tip up only on the pocket clip. This pocket clip works great. I like the way they curved it a little bit to follow the lines of the handle. Perfectly working clip. It is not flush mounted, but the screws are flush mounted, and you don't even feel the clip when you put it in and out of your pocket, so it's not an issue at all. It goes in and out of the pocket great. Not a concern at all. Yeah, I like the G10 there. I like that touch. You know, it's something more companies should do, and maybe offer different colors you could get, and you know, so you could customize it and make it the way you want it to be. It'd be pretty cool to see Kizer do something like that. Kizer, they got a lot of really cool knives out there. This one is made by who is the designer on this? Matthew Christensen, and he recently did the what's the name of that knife that just came out? I want to say it's the Maverick. I think it is the Maverick that he's the designer of, but I could be wrong about that. Don't quote me on that, but I think so. I think he did the new Maverick that was just dropped. Yeah, like it. Very nice knife. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have a Critical Mini, leave a comment below and let me know what you think about it. Or any other Matthew Christensen knives that you think would be interesting to take a look at it. Let me know. The only ones I know of are this one, and I'm pretty sure he's the designer of the Maverick. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about that, though. All right, guys, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. Make sure your notifications are on, and I will see you guys on the next one.